I traveled down to Easton, met with a first-class drummer. So you know what, before I say anything more, let's get to my segment called Kessler's Corner, sponsored by Lehigh Valley Magazine. So you know what, Steel? In 3 seconds, let's hit it. 3, 2, 1. We are here with drummer, international rock star, Kevin Soffera from the band Star 69. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being the first guest on the Valley's premier music show, The Steel. Kevin, I got a lot of questions for you today. We got a little bit of time to do it, so I'm going to put you through the ringers like a wash rag, wringing it out, trying to get every bit from you.
I knew this was going to happen. Okay, I'm ready.
Kevin, you're a local guy, right around from the area.
Right.
What can you tell us? Where did you go to high school? What's your formal training in percussion and drumming? What can you tell us about yourself?
I went to the Easton School District. I graduated from there, and then played around the area in some local bands for a while, and then decided to go to music school. And I went to North Texas State for a little bit, and then I transferred out to MIT out in California and graduated from there, Outstanding Student of the Year, which was pretty cool.
Now, Kevin, a lot of people out here want to hear some things about you recording, playing with Seether, Breaking Benjamin, Greg Howe, Evanescence, perhaps. What can you tell us about those? And you even collected a couple gold records along the way, correct?
Yes.
All right.
What can I tell you about that?
What can you tell me about it?
It's pretty awesome. Very fortunate. All those gigs, they all have what I would call an upper tier kind of performance level. The venues that you play, the things that you do, is just a different level. But it's still playing music with people that hopefully you get along with. It's just everything is a little bit more, higher scale. Obviously you get paid more. The shows are bigger. Things are taken care of for you. But just a great experience.
How did you get onto the international scene though with Seether? How did you land a gig with Seether?
It's more about, it's great to be a great player and be a good guy and all that stuff, but it's a lot about who you know. And with that specific gig, with the Seether gig, I got a phone call. I was playing at the time with a band out of Philadelphia, and I got a phone call from a guitar player from Philly that happened to just get the gig with Seether as a touring guitar player, and he was a guitar tech for another band I had worked for, and they were having problems with their drummer at the time, and he gave the band a recommendation, gave me a phone call, said you got to check out this band Seether. And I got a phone call from Sean, Morgan, the singer from Seether, I think either the next day or the day after that, and we talked, and it seemed like a good fit. I met with them, and then I was touring with them a couple days later. It happened within 5 to 6 days after getting the phone call.
Are you nervous? You're backstage. You're getting off the bus. You can hear the noise.
Yeah.
The thunder of the crowd. You're not nervous at all. Maybe you are nervous.
Yeah, I don't get nervous for the gig, the playing part. I think I prepared enough and all that good stuff. I get nervous for if if there's something's gonna break, or the unseeable type stuff, being late to the show. That's when you're driving to a gig or whatever. If you're driving or the bus is going, or you get lost backstage and you have no clue where you're going, and I'm late for the gig. That's when I get nervous. But when you go on, I think just from the preparation and my love for it, the nerves I think would get in the way. I think so. I don't really get nervous for the show.
Now, Kevin, you even performed on late night TV, from what I'm understanding here. Tell me a little bit about that, if you could.
I did with different bands, Breaking Benjamin and Seether, and even other ones. I did Conan O'Brien, Carson Daly Show, Leno, and what was the other one? I forget. Oh, Letterman, David Letterman Show. So that's a lot of. I didn't do Kimmel, and I didn't do the other one.
But you nailed 3 of the big ones right there.
Oh yeah, it was great. And each, I think the perception. When you do it, you are performing live. So you're still a live performer, but it's like being in a studio like this where, there's a lot of other things going on that has to be timed properly and everything. So when it's time to play, they go now. It's like, it's not like, it's not on your schedule as much. It's very scheduled. And the other, I think, perception is that the show looks huge, and these places are extremely small in comparison to what you think they are, for how many people they hold, and the set itself is very tiny compared to what you think.
All right, now, Kevin.
Yes.
We talked a lot about Seether.
Uh-huh.
How was it touring with Northeastern PA from Wilkes-Barre, Breaking Benjamin?
With Breaking Benjamin, I was hired to come in the interim between their original drummer and the drummer they were getting. I mean, there was a, let's just say, differences with the first drummer. I was asked to come in between until they were getting another drummer ready, and that's their drummer that they have now. So I was hired to do a specific amount of time of a summer tour. I know the guys, so I think that was a positive thing, and I knew them from the area, but that it was a different situation,
All right, now, Kev, we're rolling tape here at Cutting Floor Studios.
Right.
Or is it the Cutting Floor Studios?
Nope, just Cutting Floor Studio.
Cutting Floor Studios.
Yeah.
Now, tell me what you do here. What goes on? Is this a place where you just practice and cut tracks for sessions to send outside to other musicians? Or do you actually do drum instructing? What do you do? Well,
you should be my manager. That's basically everything it does do. Is I really need to answer the question, but no, it's all that. It's actually it's a place that is my personal studio in my home, and I teach private lessons here when I'm not touring. So I do private instruction. But the main thing I made the studio for was so there was. I thought a lot of studios that either charged too much money or weren't getting proper drum sounds. And not just the area, but I mean everywhere, It's a hard instrument to record. I thought I got a good drum sound and I could record drums here for clients that could either take those files and then import them into their system so they could record with me anywhere in the world, or they can go to another studio then and then use those tracks.
So Kevin and I kicked it around some more, but you know what? Steel Nation, I wanted to hear this guy play. Here I'm sitting in a room with a pro caliber drummer. What can he do? So Wolfie changed the camera angle, put a special little filter on it to give it a cool effect. Kevin went upstairs, got changed around, got behind the old Gretsch drum set, and came up with this cool groove. Now, Steel, this is what I want you to look for. I want you to look for dynamics, which is loud and soft, and everything. Look at the wrist. Check the wrist. Everything's wrist on down. That's how you gauge a good drummer. It's finesse, dynamics, wrist action. Beautiful kick right there. Oh, the speed's coming. Beautiful. Nice little change. Love it. People, everything's in time. Everything. He's just not playing whatever. Oh, beautiful speed. Now, you gotta watch that hand speed too. It's like a blur. It's like a whip. Nice. Right there. Blur speed. I don't even know what that was. Get ready. Beautiful. I love this one. He's like a conductor right there. Like I said. Wow. Like I said, everything's in time. He's just not making this up, and it's different tempos. Oh, beautiful hi-hat. I love that kick right there. Nice style on hitting that ride cymbal. Back to that basic triplet kick. And we're going to get into some stuff. Look at that work between the ride cymbal. Oh, man, nice. Change of groove, little funk. We got some funk going on here. Nice work. Beautiful watch. I told you that was fast, Steel Nation. Little back stretch, preparing for the final dismount. Here it comes. Wow. Kev, that's all the questions I got for you. Thanks a lot for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
Thanks
it.
for being the first guest on The Steel. And now we're going to send it right back to the studio. Man, what a great guy Brian at Kevin Soffera is. Treat us like royalty when we were there.
I bet you that guy could really show you something about the drum kit.
I'll tell you what, I'm sure Kevin could show me a thing or two. But I'll tell you, we're going to your segment next called
Boomer's Focus.
And we are going to
Leather Corner Post.
LC.